Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Self-Published Success, a show that highlights forward-thinking self-publishing processes to give you the head start you desire on your authorship journey. My name is John Feldman, founder of Visionary Literary, your host for today's show, and the brand new recipient of a nice sinus infection that has lingered its way down to my throat. So my apologies for the raspiness or frogginess of my voice today, but alas, the show must go on. In today's episode, I wanted to talk about the fears that hold aspiring authors back, the ones that prevent you from seeing your authorship dream become a reality. Yesterday, our social media team posted a quote that made my eyes light up. The quote was, "Everything you've ever wanted is sitting on the other side of fear." Now, I don't typically come onto the show to talk about what our social team is posting, but I couldn't help myself this week. This quote made me think about the many conversations I've had with potential authors who actually try their hardest to talk themselves out of writing a book. So the author development strategists, the sales representatives in our industry have one of the toughest jobs because they need to really work against the emotions of someone, an aspiring author who has these lingering fears. So it's not just, it's not as clear cut as here's the ROI. There's a lot more to it, again, based on these fears that so many have. So I want to address the importance of overcoming these fears inside of this episode, again, just based on the many conversations I've had and the clarity on the faces of aspiring authors as they realize that these fears can easily be overcome. But first, a message from today's sponsor, thepowerpitch.co. While our podcast, Self-Published Success, only interviews authors, there are nearly 4 million other podcasts in existence that all crave quality guests. The problem is that their desired guests don't pitch them properly because they don't know how. If you are looking to grab the attention of podcast hosts, you want to pitch them properly, get on the top 2% of shows, you need to stand out. Adrian Moreno, founder of The Power Pitch, developed a proven strategy to get you booked on the top shows in any industry. And it works. Believe me, I know, because I took this course and I got booked on shows with tens of thousands of monthly downloads. Adrian's process is guaranteed to get you booked on 52 shows in the next 12 months. And he's offering listeners of this show a $200 discount on his innovative process. To get started, go to thepowerpitch.co/visionary. And to get that $200 discount, enter promo code visionary at checkout. Your business, your brand, your book, and your future revenue will thank you. Now back to today's topic. So fear is a very powerful emotion. It can paralyze us, preventing us from pursuing our dreams, reaching our true potential. When it comes to writing a book, fear tends to manifest itself in different ways for different people. Again, with emotions involved, there's no clear cut, really, fear. But I've spoken to hundreds of aspiring authors, and in those conversations, there are several reasons, but three main, very common reasons that people avoid writing their book. The first is this fear, this doubt that the quality of information is not good enough. So you may ask yourself at this point, when you're an aspiring author, is the content in my book good enough? Is it valuable? This fear is rooted in the desire to provide value and to make a difference. But here's the thing. You don't have to be an expert with decades of experience to write a valuable book. You have your own personal, unique experiences, your own perspectives, your own insight. The path you have taken is not like the path of anyone else. And I'm sure you know this. As you're listening right now, you're thinking of those few instances where, I've never read this in another book before. I've never heard this. I had to learn on my own. And if I could just share how I got through this little bit of information, that could really help a few people who I know, again, that this could benefit. So trust in your expertise. Focus on, I say this over and over, but so many aspiring authors think about the wide range of audience. They think about this book helping tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or millions of people, but focus on the one person that you're writing this book for. Trust in your expertise, trust in yourself, and just knowing that feeling that you have that, wow, this information could really help one person. Trust that feeling and go with it and deliver the best possible content based on that feeling and based on the one person that you're writing for. So remember, you have something valuable to share, and your authenticity will really resonate with your readers. So the second fear is the fear of inadequacy. It's the imposter syndrome that we so often hear in many industries now, but it's common for you to wonder, who am I? Who am I to think that I can write a book that can benefit the world? And this fear often stems from comparing ourselves to others. So you think about the books that you have read, and maybe they're by big names, people that are much more seasoned inside your industry and have learned a lot more. But the reality is you have your own story. And this goes back to the last fear, but you have your own story. You have your own journey. Everything about what you're writing is authentic to your readers. So embrace that uniqueness. Don't worry about feeling like an imposter. Write what you know. Don't try to write outside of your scope. Don't try to write as if you are that 30, 40-year veteran who has so much to share. If you've only been in business for 5 or 10 years, or doing in your career profession for 5 or 10 years, write what you know. And you can always come back and write another book later or add more value to your readers in some other way. But imposter syndrome doesn't have to hold you back. Just write the book that you know you have. And again, think about that one person that it can help. The third and most common fear is that nobody will read your book. So this is one of the fears also. If you feel like an imposter, which is the second fear, the third fear will really make you feel like an imposter if you spend the time and energy to write and publish a book just to have no one read it. It's natural to question, whether your ideas will resonate with your audience, whether people will read your book, and if they do, will they like it? How will the reviews come back? But the truth is, there are countless readers who are hungry for the knowledge and expertise you possess. Remember, it only takes you having that uniqueness about your story and your path that can differentiate your book from others. So many authors that we work with, basically all of them, they refer to other books that they've read inside their book. And they say, like, if you've, read XYZ book by XYZ author, then whatever the process is, but here's my turn on it. Here's what I've learned in my unique path that can help you, the reader, because you're on, a similar path as mine. So you can reference other books and other materials, but add your unique perspective to it. And then when it comes to that concern that nobody will read your book, marketing, you market it, promote it, be confident about it. Don't have that imposter syndrome of, let me just publish this and see what happens. I'm not going to tell my family, friends, colleagues, because I'll feel like an imposter. If you believe in your book, if you believe in the message that you're putting inside your book, you will have no problem promoting it, sharing it, telling people about it. And the confidence that you have as you talk about your book will want others to read it. And then when they find the value in it, they will share it. So if you are coming into this project really wanting to help, that will radiate through your words inside the book, and through all of your promotions, and that will help. So don't let the fear of being overlooked stop you from creating that book, because again, your message matters. And there's at least, remember, write the book for that one person that you absolutely know this book will help. So with these three fears, the common fears that most aspiring authors have as they come in and have conversations with us, now it's time to learn how to overcome them, right? So the first thing is just to accept your fears, right? No, it's normal. Again, these three questions, the fears that I've mentioned in the show, you've probably thought about all three of them. And the fact that these are the most common tells you that you're not alone. You're not alone in this. So it's normal to have these doubts, these concerns, these fears. So if you embrace them coming into the process, you're not focused on them. You're not thinking about them nonstop. You already know that they're there, and you know that you are going to overcome them. And again, just keeping your project authentic is one easy way to do so. So embrace them is the first way to overcome these fears. Second is to educate yourself and gain confidence. If you know about, have conversations, listen to podcasts like this and many other publishing podcasts, speak with fellow authors, see what fears they've gone through, how they got over them, go to conferences and speak with people who are writing books similar to the one that you have. So if you educate yourself and if you have confidence by speaking to like-minded individuals, you can gain the support and the encouragement that you need, right? And then finally is obviously take action. So analysis paralysis is something that we've all heard. You can analyze until you're blue in the face, but you really just need to take action, start writing, get that project moving, even if it's just, little by little, gaining confidence until you can really hit the ground running is something that's very important. So remember, that quote, everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of fear. And that holds so true for you, for the aspiring author. Your book has the potential to transform your business, establish you as an authority, connect you with an audience on a deeper level, and also to, well, I guess I just said it there, connect on a deeper level, but to be authentic, to share your authentic story and to connect more deeply with your reader is such a, I don't know if there is a better feeling than having some kind of review or an email come in from a reader who says, this book has changed my life. That's just a great feeling. So don't let fear rob you of that opportunity. As always, thank you for listening to this show. If you found this episode valuable, please leave a review. I know every podcast asks for this, and it can get exhausting because you love so many podcasts, but we're on a mission to help every aspiring author, and we cannot get there alone. If you are one of those aspiring authors, don't forget, utilize the free roadmap we've created for you, the aspiring author, to find success on your authorship journey. Go to www.visionaryliterary.com/free book to get started today, or visit visionaryliterary.com/resources to get other free resources. Again, thank you, and we will see you on Friday.